Okay, Gav, so customer either hasn't got a mains hot water supply or they've got a gravity fed hot water system, which means they're going to have low pressure and possibly flow issues with poor flow of mains hot going through the tap. We've got an option, should that be the case, which is a blender valve. So you talk us through how that works.
Yeah, it's quite straightforward and simple really. All that it does is that it allows a water feed of cold water in from your main supply to come in, as you can see here, into the left hand side of the blender valve. And then to the right hand side of the blender valve, as you can see here, it allows the boiling water supply from your water boiler to come into it. And what it does is that both water feeds mix inside this thermostatic preset mixing valve here. Then on the output, it then gives you 48 degrees of hot water.
So the clue, I guess, is really in the name. It's just blending those two supplies to give you a mixed supply.
Yeah.
And what about installing it? Is straightforward to install?
Yeah, it is. So as you can see here, again, just exactly how we said. Obviously, you've got your mains cold water feed coming in here. You take a T off your mains cold water feed.
So you've got two T's off of your cold mains here as opposed to one that you might normally have.
Yeah, so if you can just see, just up here a little bit where my finger is, this is the normal T off the mains cold water feed that you have for the shut-off valve that feeds into your filter system. And all that you do is literally just do that exact same process again in inputting.
So you're teeing off twice, basically.
Yeah. It's from a plumbing viewpoint, it's really straightforward and easy to do. So what you've got here is your feed that comes into the cold water side, and what you have got as well is that actually on the actual blender valve itself, you can see it's got C for cold and H for hot for the feed that comes in from the boiler. Yeah. So what you got is your boiling hose. Again, this is pre-assembled to the blender valve.
We assemble that. It's all factory set, really. So the plumber hasn't really got to make any of those connections.
No. We preset it, test it, and assemble it in our factory here. So all that the plumber has to do is to make a connection here, and here.
And it comes with a full set of instructions as well, if there are any questions, and
yeah,
you'll be able to see the answers.
Yeah, no, it does. So what you got this hose here, which is the boiling water feed from the boiler, which is pre-assembled to the valve. That screws on top of your boiler down with our good old faithful nut runners. What you've then got is that this hose here is the boiling water hose that comes down from your tap that screws onto there. Yeah. Then what you've got here is your mains water, or your mains hot water feed that we like to call it, that comes out of the blender valve. And what we do with this as well is, for ease of installation, in positioning the blender valve, we supply an extension hose with the kit as well. And what it is as well is that all the connections with this are engineered in a way that you can't mix them up. It only can be assembled and installed in one way.
So we've made it as plug and play as we possibly can.
Yeah, no, it is. And it works really well. A lot of the feedback we get from customers and people within the trade is really good.